You know, there's an old saying, I might not like what you have to say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. And the Second Amendment says nothing about hunting. It's about tyranny of governments. The level of censorship that has been going on the last couple of years regarding this subject is beyond the pale. So I just wanted to share a few things I don't normally include in this channel, but Dr. Francis Boyle, you can look him up. He was the author who drafted the Biological Weapons Act during the Bush administration. There's no higher authority on the subject. So when COVID first came in on the scene, he immediately exposed it as, quote, an offensive biological warfare weapon. Okay? And that the original coronavirus was genetically manipulated through gain-of-function techniques and technologies, intentionally engineering it to behave precisely the way it does, spreading from human to human, which it didn't do previously, mutating and infecting mostly those with morbidities and pre-existing conditions. An offensive biological warfare weapon, unquote. Okay, look up Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, kind of an extension of the Trilateral Commission. He says that the effects of the COVID pandemic will be like World War III. Okay, instead of boots on the ground, genetic warfare. It's an opportunity, unquote, he says it's an opportunity to reshape global economics, governments, and culture in what he terms as the Great Reset. He wrote a book about it. You could get the book. Look him up. Klaus Schwab, founder and executive of World Economic Forum, published a manifesto called the Global Redesign, and it postulates that the global world is best managed by a coalition of multinational corporations and that governments are no longer overwhelming dominant actors on the world stage, and that it's time to come for a new stakeholder paradigm in international governance. According to the Transnational Institute, TNI, the forum is hence planned to replace recognized democratic models with a model where an elite self-selected group of stakeholders make decisions on behalf of the people. The think tank summarizes that we are increasingly entering a world where gatherings such as Davos are a silent coup d'etat to capture and take over governance and eliminate democratic institutions and structures, unquote. Archbishop Carlo Vigano revealed that Klaus is a Marxist and a Rothschild. Okay, and he should know because the Rothschild Bank is the Vatican Bank, and he was the guy, I think in the 80s or 90s, that revealed corruption and the money laundering in the Vatican Bank and the cover-up of the sexual abuse scandals by high clergy. So this is a guy who knows what he's talking about. So if any of this makes any sense, don't listen to me. Listen carefully to the words of Dr. David Martin and notice the dates that he's mentioning here, okay?
In 2003, the Center for Disease Control saw the possibility of a gold strike, and that was the coronavirus outbreak that happened in Asia. They saw that a virus they knew could be easily manipulated was something that was very valuable, and in 2003, they sought to patent it. And they made sure that they controlled the proprietary rights to the disease, to the virus, and to its detection, and all of the measurement of it. We know that Anthony Fauci, that Ralph Barrett, that the Center for Disease Control, and the laundry list of people who wanted to take credit for inventing coronavirus were at the hub of this story. From 2003 to 2018, they controlled 100% of the cash flow that built the empire around the industrial complex of coronavirus. In 2002, there was a recognition that the coronavirus was seen as an exploitable mechanism for both good and ill. On April the 25th, 2003, the U.S. Center for Disease Control filed a patent on the coronavirus transmitted to humans. Under 35 U.S. Code Section 101, nature is prohibited from being patented. If it was manufactured, it was a violation of biological and chemical weapons, treaties, and laws. If it was natural, filing a patent on it was illegal. In the spring of 2007, the CDC filed a petition with the Patent Office to keep their application confidential and private. They actually filed patents on not only the virus, but they also filed patents on its detection and a kit to measure it. Because of that CDC patent, you cannot look at the virus, you cannot measure it, you cannot develop a test kit for it, and by ultimately receiving the patents that constrained anyone from using it, they had the means, they had the motive, and most of all, they had the monetary gain from turning coronavirus from a pathogen to profit.